Buying an SUV today is like a blind date. The exterior looks incredible, but you pray it doesn't have expensive internal problems by the third week. In 2026, reliability has died in favor of giant screens and disposable engines. That is why today we break down the only options that won't ruin your bank account. Stay until the last two spots on the list, because they are the only models that still prioritize eternal mechanics over marketing. Let's go. Number 12. Skoda Kodiaq 2026. If you have a large family and need 7 real seats, the Skoda Kodiaq is the most rational purchase you can make in 2026. Historically, Skoda has shared most of its engineering with Volkswagen, but with a focus much more centered on practical durability than technological marketing. The Kodiaq uses the MQB Evo platform, the same as the Volkswagen Tiguan or the Audi Q5, but at a significantly lower price. What makes the Kodiaq stand out is its focus on interior robustness. The materials used at frequent touchpoints are designed to withstand years of hard family use without generating parasitic noises or creaks. Under the hood, the 2-liter diesel versions remain the benchmark for those who travel long distances. They have perfected the exhaust gas treatment system to be less prone to clogging, a common problem in older models. In terms of space, the management of interior volume is masterful. You have more cargo capacity than in many vehicles from higher categories. Furthermore, Skoda has kept physical buttons for the main climate control functions, something that safety experts and mechanics applaud as it reduces distraction and avoids costly failures in screen control modules. It is a car that inherits all the research and development of a giant like the Volkswagen Group, but eliminates the unnecessary excesses that inflate the price and complicate future repairs. It is, in essence, buying German engineering with a $10,000 discount simply for not carrying the circular logo on the grille. Number 11. Kia Sportage 2026. Kia's rise over the last decade has been meteoric, and the 2026 Sportage represents the culmination of that effort to dominate reliability. Produced largely in the Slovakia plant under strict European quality standards, this model has managed to outperform its German competitors in long-term satisfaction surveys and, most importantly, in electronic failure statistics. Kia's 7-year warranty isn't just a marketing move, it's a reflection of the confidence they have in their components. This SUV's electrical system has been designed with a redundancy not seen in other brands. While competitors integrate too many functions into a single central processor, Kia maintains separate modules, meaning that if a parking sensor fails, the vehicle's entire navigation system doesn't shut down. Mechanically, the hybrid version is the one we most recommend for 2026. It uses a 6-speed automatic transmission with a torque converter instead of the continuous variable transmissions, CVT, that drivers hate so much for their lack of response and propensity to overheat. This traditional gearbox is much more durable and capable of managing the electric motor's torque without suffering premature fatigue. The interior is spacious, and the seats use high-density foams that maintain their shape after thousands of hours of use. It is a vehicle that doesn't try to reinvent the wheel but instead perfects every detail so you don't have to visit the shop for anything other than mandatory preventive maintenance. Number 10. Mazda CX-60 Skyactiv. The Mazda CX-60 represents a direct challenge to the hegemony of German luxury brands, but with a Japanese engineering philosophy that prioritizes longevity. While most manufacturers are downsizing their engines, Mazda has taken the opposite path, designing an inline 6-cylinder engine arranged longitudinally. This configuration isn't an aesthetic whim. By placing the engine along the chassis rather than across it, an almost perfect weight balance is achieved, and it allows the transmission and differential components to work with much more natural alignment, reducing wear from internal friction. The plug-in hybrid system of this model is a masterpiece of integration. Mazda uses an electric motor located between the combustion engine and the gearbox, allowing both systems to share the same driveline. This eliminates the need for complex and failure-prone clutch systems seen in other hybrids. Additionally, the use of high-strength materials in the pistons and cylinder liners ensures that the combustion engine doesn't suffer from the frequent start-stop cycles characteristic of plug-in vehicles. In 2026, This model has consolidated itself as the option for the driver seeking refinement without the maintenance nightmare of air suspension systems or the excessively delicate electronics of its European rivals. The quality of the interior finishes is superior to what the competition offers for the same price, using assembly techniques that prevent panels from loosening over the years. It is a vehicle designed under the concept of human-centered engineering, where every component has a clear technical justification and a projected lifespan of at least 250,000 kilometers without major interventions. Number 9. Toyota Highlander Hybrid. If there is a definition of family strength in the 2026 market, it is the Toyota Highlander Hybrid. Its fourth-generation hybrid system is, at this point, practically indestructible. Unlike other manufacturers who are still experimenting with electrification, Toyota has perfected this technology for over 25 years. The key to its reliability lies in the eCVT planetary transmission. It has no belts or chains that can break, but rather a set of mechanical gears that manage the power from the gasoline engine and the electric motors simultaneously. It is one of the simplest and most robust pieces of automotive engineering ever created. The resale value of the Highlander is unbeatable for a very simple reason. The market knows that buying a unit with 100,000 kilometers is like buying a car that has barely finished its break-in period. The hybrid system battery is designed to last the entire useful life of the vehicle, with thermal management that prevents overheating even in extremely hot climates. Additionally, by having no alternator, conventional starter motor, or complex accessory belts, potential failure points are drastically reduced. For a family that needs to transport 7 or 8 passengers with total safety, this vehicle offers a peace of mind that money can barely buy. The brakes last twice as long as in a conventional car thanks to regenerative braking, and fuel consumption in urban environments is equivalent to that of a small car, something unheard of for a vehicle weighing nearly 2 tons. It is the safe purchase, the safe haven of the industry, and the car that any mechanic would recommend if they don't want to see their client again for anything other than the annual oil change. Number 8. Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV. The Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV is the perfect example of how a brand can redeem itself through technical specialization. This model is the undisputed king of plug-in hybrids in its price range, and much of that success is due to the SAWC all-wheel control system. This technology is a direct legacy of Mitsubishi's decades of success in the World Rally Championship. It isn't just any all-wheel drive system, it uses sensors to monitor the behavior of each wheel individually and can distribute torque instantaneously to correct the trajectory before the driver even notices a loss of grip. Unlike most hybrids that add an electric motor to an existing gasoline platform, the Outlander was designed from the start as an electric vehicle that carries a gasoline generator on board. This means that most of the time the car moves with total electric smoothness, and the combustion engine only kicks in to generate electricity or to assist at high speeds. This configuration drastically reduces stress on the thermal engine, as it almost always works at constant revolutions, avoiding the pressure spikes and drops that typically cause leaks and wear on seals. In 2026, the Outlander has proven to be an extremely resilient vehicle under severe daily use. The battery system architecture has been improved to allow frequent fast charging without degrading the cells, and the management software is among the most transparent and stable in the industry. It is an SUV that offers real off-road capability, ridiculous fuel consumption, and a well-resolved mechanical complexity that does not translate into astronomical shop bills. Number 7. Honda Pilot 2026. The 2026 Honda Pilot remains the quintessential family tank, and its greatest virtue is, ironically, what it doesn't have: turbochargers. In an automotive world obsessed with small 3 or 4 cylinder engines assisted by turbos to meet emissions regulations, Honda has decided to stick with a 3.5-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine. This decision is a blessing for the long-term owner. A naturally aspirated engine operates at much lower internal temperatures and pressures than a turbocharged one, which drastically reduces metal fatigue in the block and cylinder heads. There are no high-pressure hoses to fail, no intercoolers to clog, and no turbines requiring $3,000 replacements at 150,000 kilometers. But the true magic of the Pilot lies in its iVTM4 all-wheel drive system. Unlike budget all-wheel drive systems that only send power to the rear wheels when they detect slip, Honda's system is proactive and uses a rear differential with true torque vectoring. Through two independent electromagnetic clutches on the rear axle, the car can send up to 70% of the power to the back, and of that total, 100% to a single wheel if necessary. This isn't just for off-road adventures, it transforms on-road driving dynamics, eliminating understeer and making a vehicle of this size feel agile and safe in tight corners. For a mechanic, the Pilot is a relief. The engine bay is designed with enough space to work, and Honda continues to use oversized suspension components that support the weight of 8 passengers without deforming. It is a vehicle designed to last 15 or 20 years with basic preventive maintenance. It is the logical choice for those who need real space and towing capacity without the electronic complications of European luxury SUVs. Number 6. Mazda 6 or Mazda 6 wagon. The Mazda 6 is the car that seems to have been designed to put mechanics out of a job. While other manufacturers have adopted continuously variable transmissions known as CVTs, which are famous for their fragility and rubber band feel, Mazda has remained faithful to its 6-speed automatic transmission with a torque converter. It is a robust gearbox with internal metal components designed to withstand engine torque without thermal slipping. It is, quite simply, one of the most reliable transmissions of the 21st century. The heart of this vehicle is the Skyactiv G engine with a compression ratio of 13:1. Achieving such high compression in a mass-produced gasoline engine without premature detonation is an engineering milestone. Mazda achieves this through a piston design with a special cavity and a 421 exhaust manifold that extracts hot gases with surgical efficiency. The result is an engine that delivers torque linearly, consumes very little fuel, and, most importantly, does not suffer from the carbon buildup on intake valves that plagues other direct injection engines. In its sedan and wagon versions, the Mazda 6 offers a level of refinement that usually costs double in other brands. The absence of recurring electronic problems and the quality of the materials in the chassis make it a vehicle that rarely visits the shop for anything other than an oil change or brake pads. It is an open secret among professionals. If you want an elegant car that drives beautifully and won't give you headaches in 10 years, the Mazda 6 is the answer. In 2026, it remains the benchmark for longevity in a market that seems to have forgotten how to make things that last. Number 5. Hyundai Tucson Hybrid 2026. Hyundai has made a bold statement with the 2026 Tucson Hybrid, proving that cutting-edge technology doesn't have to be fragile. The great innovation here is the use of liquid crystal polymer (LCP) batteries instead of traditional lithium-ion cells. These batteries are the future for several compelling technical reasons. First, they have a much higher energy density, allowing the battery pack to be smaller and lighter. Second, and most importantly for the user, their thermal stability is far superior. LCP batteries are much less prone to overheating during fast charging or under maximum demand, which halts the chemical degradation of the cells and ensures the battery maintains its charging capacity for many more cycles. The propulsion system combines a 1.6-liter turbo engine with a powerful electric motor, but it does so in a very intelligent way. Hyundai uses a real 6-speed automatic transmission instead of an eCVT, giving the car a much more natural and direct driving feel. Additionally, they have implemented an energy management system that uses navigation data to predict when the car will face an incline, charging the battery in advance to assist the gasoline engine and reduce mechanical strain. From a service standpoint, Hyundai has significantly improved high-voltage wiring organization and accessibility to the hybrid system service ports. They have listened to technicians and designed a car that is easy to diagnose. With a warranty that remains among the best in the industry in 2026, the Tucson Hybrid positions itself as the ideal choice for those who want to jump into electrification without feeling like they are conducting an experiment with their own money. Number 4. Nissan Arya or Nissan X-Trail e-Power. Nissan is regaining its place on the reliability podium thanks to a very specific and well-executed technological bet. Whether we are talking about the fully electric Arya or the X-Trail with the e-Power system, the core concept is the same. Eliminate the complexity of traditional mechanical transmissions. In the e-Power system, the gasoline engine is not connected to the wheels. It functions solely as a high-efficiency generator to feed a battery that moves the electric motors. This means the combustion engine always works in its maximum efficiency zone, without the stresses of sudden acceleration or gear changes, which exponentially extends its lifespan. The Nissan Arya, for its part, is the culmination of everything the brand learned with the Leaf, but corrected and enhanced. It uses a liquid cooling system for the battery that is extremely effective, avoiding the heat degradation issues that plagued the brand's early electric vehicles. The design of its permanent magnet synchronous electric motors minimizes the use of rare earth elements and reduces internal friction, resulting in class-leading energy efficiency. What makes these Nissan models recommendable in 2026 is the robustness of their power electronics. Inverters and converters are protected in alloy housings that dissipate heat passively, and the control software has been polished after millions of kilometers of real-world testing. Nissan has returned to its Japanese roots of solid, functional engineering, moving away from the unnecessary complications that burdened the brand in previous years. It is a proven technology that offers the best of both worlds: the smoothness and instant torque of an electric vehicle with the security of mechanical engineering designed to withstand the test of time. Number 3. Toyota Avalon or Toyota Crown 2026. The Toyota Avalon and its spiritual successor, the Crown, is what those of us in the trade call a Lexus in disguise. It is quite possibly the best financial investment a person can make in their lifetime if they are looking for high-quality personal transport. The reason is technically simple: it uses the same material standards and tolerances as Toyota's luxury division, but without the badge premium or the inflated maintenance costs of a premium brand. From a chassis perspective, these vehicles use a long wheelbase platform that prioritizes stability and impact absorption. While other manufacturers use simple rubber bushings in the suspension, Toyota employs reinforced components that maintain the vehicle's alignment over hundreds of thousands of kilometers. This not only improves the ride comfort, which is comparable to a cloud, but also prevents irregular tire wear, saving the owner thousands of dollars over the years. Many younger people ignore this model because they consider it a car for older folks, but that is precisely its competitive advantage. Since it isn't designed for aggressive driving, its mechanical components suffer minimal stress. The 6-cylinder engine or the new generation hybrid system in the Crown are designed to operate in a relaxed manner. Buying one of these is buying peace of mind. It is a vehicle that can reach 400,000 kilometers without major powertrain repairs, making its total cost of ownership the lowest in the entire industry. Number 2. Honda CR-V Hybrid 2026. The 2026 Honda CR-V Hybrid represents the perfect balance between modern efficiency and mechanical robustness. Its eHEV system is a masterpiece of simplification. Unlike other hybrid systems that rely on complex transmissions and planetary gears, Honda's system uses the electric motor to send power to the wheels 80% of the time in urban use. The gasoline engine acts primarily as a generator, operating at its point of maximum thermal efficiency. For a mechanic, this is music to the ears. By reducing the combustion engine's dependency during start-stop cycles, the most severe wear any engine suffers is eliminated. There is no conventional gearbox that can fail. The coupling between the gasoline engine and the wheels is done via a simple clutch only at constant cruising speeds where the effort is minimal. It is an elegant design due to its simplicity, eliminating dozens of potential failure points. Furthermore, Honda has perfected battery management in this model. The energy flow is so fluid that the user barely notices the transition, but internally the system is protecting the cell chemistry to prevent premature degradation. The CR-V Hybrid is the vehicle we recommend to anyone who needs a versatile SUV for daily life and wants to forget about visiting the shop for complex electronic or mechanical problems. It is Honda reliability elevated to its maximum technological expression. Number 1. Mazda CX-5 2026. Against all odds, the absolute champion of our list remains the Mazda CX-5. In 2026, this model has become a living legend. Despite not having the most modern design in terms of giant screens or futuristic gadgets, it is the best-built vehicle in its segment. While other manufacturers cut costs by using cheap plastics in the engine bay or infotainment systems that fail after 2 years, Mazda has maintained an assembly quality that rivals German luxury brands. The heart of its success is the 2.5-liter naturally aspirated Skyactiv G engine. It is a motor that rejects the turbocharging trend, preferring an adequate displacement that doesn't need to strain to move the car's weight. By not having a turbo, the temperature under the hood is significantly lower, which preserves the life of sensors, hoses, and all plastic and rubber components. It is an engine designed to last decades, not just to outlast the warranty period. The 6-speed automatic transmission is another key point. It is a unit with real gears, tested and refined to exhaustion, offering an immediate response and a durability that the CVT transmissions of the competition simply cannot match. The CX-5 is fun to drive, precise in its steering, and conveys a sense of solidity perceived from the moment you close the door. It is the car that we mechanics buy for ourselves because we know that, with basic maintenance, it is practically indestructible. It is proof that doing things right from the beginning will always be better than trying to innovate with technologies that are not yet mature. At the end of the day, choosing a vehicle in 2026 should not be a gamble. We have traveled a path that takes us from the electric innovation of Nissan to the mechanical solidity of Mazda, passing through the intelligent efficiency of Honda and Toyota. The lesson is clear. Always look for mechanical simplicity and quality of materials over the bright lights of the console. A good car is not the one with the most functions, but the one that is always ready to start in the morning without turning on any warning lights on the dashboard. By following these recommendations, you are not just buying a means of transport, you are protecting your assets and ensuring your family's peace of mind for many years.